What's going on, everyone? So today we're going to be talking about some tips that can really help you guys for a lot of the upcoming events, such as the arena and even now the Reaper's Run mission, which is what we have at the current moment of recording this video. Not only that, this can also be extremely useful if you're just going out into the world and want to know how to take down ships a little bit more efficiently than what you have been doing already. I'd also just like to take a second to note that this video might take a bit longer to get through than what some of my other videos do, so if this video does go on for a while, just know that it's packed with some useful information. Now, although a lot of this video will be based to people who aren't the most experienced in the world, and by experienced I mean Pirate Legend, a few of the tips in this video will help you if you are more experienced and around that Pirate Legend range, because even to this day I'm still learning new stuff and a couple of these things are fairly recent discoveries. So if this video does manage to help out in some way, please feel free to subscribe, it really does help out the channel. With all of that being said though, let's just get straight into the video. So we're going to go about this in no particular order, but going straight into it, we're going to be talking about wind speed. So every ship that you do come in contact with in Sea of Thieves is either going to be parked up or moving. The thing you're going to need to do is adapt your ship to what they're doing. If they are sailing off at a decent speed, you should definitely follow them and try and match that speed. And if they have stopped, what you should do is slow down your ship and just come to a dead stop or just a slight crawl. The reason I say you need to match the speed with any ship you go to is because the last thing you want to do is find yourself going completely far away from the ship you're trying to take down and end up crashing into something you really didn't want to crash into, whether that be a boulder or another ship or maybe even an island. An important thing to take note is every time you do take on a ship, they're either going to want to fight you or run away from you. What you do and how you go about that is going to change. If they do want to run away from you, you should find yourself following their movements, but if they do want to attack you, what you should do is try and get you to lead your ship so they can follow you and your movements. The important thing to note is you always need to keep your cannons in distance of shooting their ship and not their cannons in distance of shooting your ship. What you should do is always try and make sure that when you are positioning yourself, you are in some sort of diagonal angle from them, because it is extremely hard to shoot someone when they're at a diagonal direction from you because the cannons just can't move that far. So if you can bring yourself off to either the right or the left while they're going straight, that'll allow you to get in a good cannon firing position. Of course, it is always good to pelt the enemy's ship that you're taking on with a mix of cursed cannonballs and normal cannonballs. That's why it is essential that you do stock up your ship so you can have that free amount of resource to do whatever you want. Moving on now to the second thing I want to address, and this is actually going a lot quicker than I thought it was, so maybe this video won't go as long as I thought. So this is extremely quick. What you need to do is make sure you're hitting the enemy ships in the right location. What you don't want to do is hit your ship somewhere up high on the ship when it's just sailing normally. Always aim your shots to the bottom deck, no matter what ship it is, whether it be a galleon, a sloop, or a brig. The lower you shoot those cannonballs, the more chance to have of sinking and the more water they can put in. Not only that, it's very uncommon that ships will actually repair their top level. This is mainly speaking for a galleon. So one thing to note is whenever you are being shot at, always make sure you repair your middle level, but don't make it an essential. With that being said though, the last thing you're going to want to do is find yourself shooting the top deck, as I've said. Of course, when the ship does ride fairly low, you can start shooting the top level. That'll just add some more pain to what they need to do to fix their ship and stop it from sinking. That was fairly easily covered there, so moving on to the next thing now. Whenever you're in combat, the last thing anyone wants is to have their anchor dropped unsuspectingly and just in the worst time possible. Of course, it is sometimes, and I say sometimes very vaguely, it's not often at all that you're going to want to drop the anchor when fighting in ship combat, unless it's a really extreme circumstance. So what you're going to want to do is somehow stop the enemies from getting that anchor down in any way you can. And the way that I found it most official is covering your anchor. So as you can see in the video, I've got a lot of stuff put over the anchor. Of course, the obvious downside of this is all of your loot is visible, but I assure you it is for a really good cause, and I'm going to explain that now. So think about it, whenever you try to go on someone else's ship or when someone gets on your ship, it's a mad dash to get to that anchor so someone can put it down. And as I'm sure you know, there's really not much time for you to get that anchor down and start attacking other players before someone will be on you trying to take you down. So that is why you need to have some sort of way as a fallback to stop people from getting to that anchor. This will only buy you a couple seconds, but most of the time that's all you ever need. Every time you do find yourself running to the ship and to the capstan specifically, you're going to be trying to spam if you're on the controller X or E if you're on the PC to get that capstan and anchor dropped. If you do put loot on there, what they're going to do is go to pick up the loot instead of drop the anchor. Now this is perfect. They may take a bit of loot, but I'm sure you could probably take them down before they jump off your ship. But in the rare chance that they do get off your ship without loot, it really is a case of the greater good. Sure, they have a little bit, but you still have a lot to go off with. Now there is a small little section where they can grab the anchor without picking up the loot, but I'm sure they won't be able to stop and really look for that spot if you are taking down any player. So one thing you can do is make sure your crew stays on those ladders and keeps watch of people coming on your ship. With that being a perfect segue, let's move on to my final thing now. So one of the most important things in Sea of Thieves, and this is extremely a good instance in ship combat, is making sure you have a good crew and you work extremely well together. So having a good crew and knowing each other's roles will eliminate a lot of things. Mainly though is it'll remove all the confusion between who's doing what. So if you can assign some people to work on repairs and sales and assign some more people to work on steering and cannons, it'll assure that you'll be able to take down anyone as smoothly as possible. Not only that, it's really good to establish some sort of ship jumper to jump onto their ship, because it seems half the time most of the battles really do depend on what you can do on their ship, and it's around a nice 50-50 between shooting their ship and stopping them from repairing. If you can get someone on their ship to take them down, it'll almost confirm their ship sink, and it'll keep you guys up as well, because the last thing you want is everyone to jump off of your ship, to have your ship empty with a hole, and then going down indirectly and not knowing why it happened. So if you don't have a crew and you're looking for a crew, what I suggest you do is go down to the Discord. I've got linked below. That Discord below is my Discord that's run by some really awesome admins. We have around 3,000 members in there now, so it's insanely big. I know for a fact you'll be able to find a crew and make some new friends. That's just what this server specializes in. Not only that, as I'm sure most of my comments down below will tell you, that the server is pretty good and it can get crazy at times. So it's always worth checking out and having a bit of a laugh if you're into that. So do keep note that this video was just a tips video on little things you can do to make ship combat a little bit easier. If you do want a full in-depth ship combat guide, I could probably try that. But for now, this is a little bit easier to tackle because there's a lot of things to cover when you're doing ship combat. This is sort of going into it knowing that you really have an idea on how the basics of ship combat works. If not though, do let me know if you want to see that in the comments and I'll see what I can do. So if this video has helped, please feel free to subscribe and show your support by leaving a like. Really helps out the channel. We're on our way to 12,000 subscribers now. No idea how we're doing it. You guys are just awesome. So I thank you all for the continued support and welcome to some of the new viewers who are joining into the channel now. So if you want to know any guides on Sea of Thieves and you want to know how to complete any of the events coming up, please feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell because that's what this channel does. As well as that, I upload some other gameplay videos as well, so feel free to subscribe if you want to check them out. Also, if you want to join the channel and help directly contribute to what I do, feel free to hit that join button that's just next to the subscribe button. That'll give you some cool perks and some cool little features. Also, there's some really cool things that this channel is going to be up to very soon. I can't announce any of that yet, but feel free to keep updated on the Discord and keep checking this channel with what that's going to be. So this is the end of the video if you just clicked on to see what I'm talking about, but if you want to know about some other stuff that I'm doing with the channel, please stick around for a couple minutes because I've got some things I want to address you guys with now. So as I've stated many times, I've always been extremely transparent with you guys. I never want to get stuck down to just doing Sea of Thieves videos. As good of a game this is, I just can't see myself enjoying this game as much as I do now throughout the next few years, and it's really not a box that I want to be trapped in. So there's no schedule behind this, but what I'm going to be doing is branching out to other games and branching out to other type of videos. Every single video that I do upload will have some sort of game orientation in it. As you can tell, if you really follow the channel, I've got another channel where I do some real life stuff. That's already in the channel link that's on my main page if you want to check that out. So starting at the time of recording this video, I'm going to start uploading some other games, some other type of videos. If you really don't want to watch that at all, you don't have to. You can just ignore it completely because I'll still be uploading Sea of Thieves videos. As I said, I just don't want to get stuck to it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop uploading it all. But if I do continuously upload nothing but Sea of Thieves videos, it's not going to take long, maybe within a couple months before I get extremely sick of this game and sick of making videos around this game. This is a natural burnout that happens with anyone. You can ask any creator and they'll tell you the same, that it's extremely hard to get burnt out and everyone tries to look for new things to keep it fresh and entertaining. That's why some of your favorite YouTubers and just some of your favorite creators in general never stick to the same thing. They always change and evolve, and I think that's a very natural and healthy thing to do, because at the end of the day, the last thing I ever want to do is just upload meh videos, because no one's going to enjoy that and I'm going to hate the product by the time I finished it. So as I've seen by the comment sections when I brought this up, and even through my Discord and personal messages I get, you guys are really keen to see me do some other stuff and see what's around. So I don't know what games I'm going to upload yet, but as I've said before, The Division will indeed be one of them, and there's a few other games that I'm going to get into as well. So hopefully you guys can enjoy that. I don't know whether they're going to be guide videos or just general gameplay videos, but maybe a bit of both. I'm not too sure. I do want to do some more funny moments videos because they're really fun to make and they're my favorite type. Not only that though, highlight videos are really fun to make as well, so you'll be seeing a fair few of them on this channel, and they're just sort of the core that gets me into gaming, so hopefully you guys will enjoy them. Of course, all the videos that I do make with other games will feature other people. They will all be admins from the Discord and people I know in real life. So everyone that you see, it will be a genuine conversation with genuine connections. None of it will be synthetic and fake stuff for ad revenue, because that's just not what this channel's about. Although I say that though, it's shaping up this video may end up around 10 minutes long. Of course that wasn't planned, but if it does, that's going to be a great coincidence. So covering that there's a few other things I want to talk about, so I'm going to get to them now. So one of the things I really enjoy doing is seeing other smaller content creators grow, and what I want to do is try and reach out to some of the smaller content creators and help them gain an audience. And when I say smaller, I'm talking around 100 to 1,000 subscribers. It is not easy to get to that level, and I know I was extremely gifted to end up getting 1,000 subscribers quite literally overnight, but I really do understand that that's not possible for everyone. So what I'm going to be doing is trying to actively find some smaller content creators that deserve a bigger audience but just can't get to it. But of course that's not going to be easy, so what I want you guys to do, if you are a smaller channel and you really want to grow and need some help, please reach out to me on Discord. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to start making a series that shouts out some smaller channels. It may be once a month or twice a month. It just depends on when to get around to it. And even if you don't make channels and you make some form of artwork, please do reach out to me as well. I'd love to collaborate and give you guys an audience that I know you don't have just yet. Because at the end of the day, this is a platform where everyone can grow and everyone can collaborate, so we can expand a massive audience and make a group of really cool people. Not only that though, if you do know a friend that has between 100 to 1,000 subscribers, please tell them about me and just about what I do. You don't even have to show them the video, just give them that Discord link and get them to reach out to me. Because of course, as I've said a few times now, it's extremely hard to get through everyone because of all the amount of fresh and amazing talent that does come out on this platform. Finally, just quickly, and I do recognize that we've gone over the 10-minute mark, so I apologize for that. I'm going to try and speed this up as quick as I can. I'm sure, as you've seen, Article 13 is something that's really threatening YouTubers, specifically in the EU. I'm not part of the EU, but I know a fair few of you guys are. So if you want to do something to try and stop this from happening and ruining some chance for smaller content creators and even the bigger content creators that you love, for example PewDiePie, please look into Article 13. I'm not going to cover it and explain it here because so many people already have. You can just type up Article 13 on internet or on YouTube and it'll show you exactly what it's about. But either way, please alert yourself and share with other people that Article 13 is an issue that is affecting so many people on the internet and on this platform specifically. As someone who is currently studying copyright with my diploma, it really is a horrible new legislation that they're trying to push through, so we got to stand up as a community and fight this as best we can. I'm going to leave a few links below down in the description, so please check that out. With all of that being said though, this video has gone on for way too long, so I'm going to end it here. Thanks for watching. If you guys have enjoyed, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you all in the next video.